Now, I'm going to ask questions about several kinds of animals, starting with the giraffe. Do giraffes have short necks?
Do giraffes have short necks?
No, they don't. Giraffes don't have short necks.
No, they don't.
Do
Giraffes
giraffes
don't
have
have short
long
necks.
necks?
Do giraffes have a long necks?
Yes, that's correct. Giraffes have long necks.
Yes, that's correct.
Do
Giraffes
they have
a long necks.
wings?
Do they have wings?
No, they don't have wings.
No, they don't have wings.
Does a giraffe have 6 legs?
Does a giraffe have 6 legs?
No, a giraffe doesn't have 6 legs.
No, a
Does a
giraffe
giraffe
doesn't have
have
6
3
legs. Does the giraffe have 3 legs?
No, that's ridiculous. A giraffe doesn't have 3 legs.
No, that's ridiculous. A giraffe
How many legs does a
doesn't
giraffe
have 3 legs. How many legs does the giraffe have?
4. A giraffe has 4 legs.
4. A giraffe has 4 legs.
Does the bird have 4 legs?
Does a bird have 4 legs?
No, a bird doesn't have 4 legs.
No, a bird doesn't
How
have
many
4
legs
legs.
does the bird have?
How many wings does a bird have?
A bird has 2 legs.
How many legs does the bird
Do birds
have?
have wings?
A bird has 2 legs.
Yes.
Do birds
Birds
have
have
wings?
wings.
Yes.
How many wings
Birds
does the bird
have
have?
wings. How many?
A bird has 2 wings.
How many wings does the bird have? A bird has 2 wings. A bird has 2 wings.
Do lions eat vegetables?
Do lions eat vegetables?
No, lions don't eat vegetables.
No, lions don't eat
Do they eat fruit?
vegetables. Do they eat fruit?
No, they don't eat fruit either.
No, they don't
What
eat
do they
fruit
eat?
either. What do they eat?
They eat meat.
They eat meat.
Do they eat fruit or vegetables?
Do they eat fruit or vegetables?
No, they don't eat fruit or vegetables.
No, they don't
What
eat
do they
fruit
eat?
or vegetables. What do they eat?
They eat meat.
They eat meat.
Alright, enough with the questions about animals. Now, I'm going to ask questions about 2 people named Matt and Jean. Are Matt and Jean musicians?
Are Matt and Jane musicians?
No, Matt and Jean are definitely not musicians.
No.
We know that because of the clothes that they're wearing.
No, Matt and Jane are definitely not musicians. We know that because the clothes that they are wearing.
Are they taxi drivers?
Are they taxi drivers?
No, they aren't taxi drivers.
No, they
What are
aren't
they?
Taxi driver. No, they aren't taxi driver.
Well,
what are
they're
they?
doctors.
Well, they're doctors.
Does Matt know Jean?
Does Matt know Jane?
Yes, Matt knows Jean.
Yes, Matt
Do
knows
Matt and Jane work
Jane.
in different hospitals?
Do Matt and Jane work in different hospitals?
No, that's not true. Matt and Jane don't work in different hospitals.
No, that's not true. Matt
Do
and
they work in
Jane
the same
don't
hospital?
work in the different hospital. Do they work in the same
Yes,
hospital?
they work in the same hospital.
Yes, they work in the same hospital. Yes, they work in the same
Does
hospital.
Matt know who Jane is?
Does Matt know who Jane is?
Yes, that's correct. Matt knows who Jane is.
Yes, that's correct.
Does Jane know Matt as
knows
well?
Who Jane is. Does Matt know
Yes.
Jane as well?
Jane knows Matt as well.
Does Jane know Matt as well? Yes.
Do Mark and Jane work in the same
Matt
place?
as well. Do Matt and Jane work in the same place?
Yes, Matt and Jane work in the same place.
Yes, Matt and Jane work in the same place.
Do they know each other?
Do they know each other?
Yes, they know each other.
Yes, they know each other.
According to Jane, is Matt a terrible doctor?
According to Jane, is Matt a terrible doctor?
No, he's not. According to Jane, Matt isn't a terrible doctor.
No, he's not.
According to Jane, is
Jane,
Matt a great doctor?
A great doctor. Isn't a terrible doctor. According to Jane, Matt is
yes,
not
that's correct.
A great
According
doctor.
to Jane, Matt is a great doctor.
Yes, that's correct.
Does Jane consider Matt a terrible doctor?
Does Jane consider Matt a terrible doctor?
No, Jane doesn't consider Matt a terrible doctor.
No, Jane doesn't.
Does Jane consider Matt a great doctor?
Terrible doctor. Does Jane consider Matt a great doctor?
Yes, that's right. Jane considers Matt a great doctor.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, now we're going to also talk about another doctor named Andrew.
Doctor.
Does Matt know Andrew?
Does Matt know Andrew?
No, Matt doesn't know Andrew.
No, Matt
Does
doesn't
Matt
know
know who Andrew is?
Does Matt know who Andrew is?
No, Matt doesn't know who Andrew is.
No, Matt doesn't
what
know
about Jane?
Who Andrew
Does
is.
Jane know Andrew?
What about Jane? Does Jane know Andrew?
No, Jane doesn't know Andrew either.
No, Jane doesn't know Andrew either.
Do Jane and Andrew know each other?
Do Rain and Andrew know each other?
No, Jane and Andrew don't know each other.
No, Jane
Do
and
Matt and Andrew know
don't
each other?
Do Matt and Andrew know each other?
No, Matt and Andrew don't know each other.
No, Matt and Andrew
Do Matt and Jane know each other?
Do Matt and Jane know each other?
Yes, Matt and Jane know each other.
Yes,
they work in the
Matt
same
and
hospital
Jane know
after
each
all.
other. They work in the same hospital after all.
Do Matt and Jane work more than 5 days a week?
Do Matt and Jane work more than 5 days a week?
Yes, they work more than 5 days a week.
Yes, they work.
Do they work
more
7
than
days a
5
week?
days a week? Do they work 6 days a week?
No, they don't work 7 days a week.
Do they work
They
7
don't
days a week?
actually work that much.
No, they don't work 7 days a week.
How many days a week do they work?
Don't actually work that much. How many days
They work
a week
6
do
days
they
a
work?
week.
They work 6 days a week.
Do they work on Mondays?
Do they work on Mondays? Do they work on Mondays?
Yes, they work on Mondays.
Yes, they work
Do
on
they work on
Mondays.
Saturdays?
Do they work on Saturdays?
Yes, they work on Saturdays.
Yes, they work on
Do they work on
Saturdays.
Sundays?
Do they work on Sundays?
No, they don't work on Sundays.
No, they don't work.
Do they
on
work
Sundays.
every day?
Do they work on every day?
No, they don't work every day.
No, they don't work
What
every
day
day.
of the week don't they work?
What day of the week don't they work?
They don't work on Sundays.
They don't work on Sundays.